Okay, welcome to the new segment. It's called Pictures and Videos. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about a couple of pictures and videos which either mean something to us or we've been involved in our experiences. And yeah, just so that you all can have a little fun and a bit of laughter about it as well. Okay, so yeah, Luke, do you want to say anything?
Yeah. So, do you want to go first with yours, and you can tell us a
Yeah, go for it.
story?
Yeah,
All right. So
absolutely.
we'll do pictures first then. Match screen. All right, go for it.
Okay, so this was in 2019. I was out living out in New York, and for anyone that doesn't know the movie called Cool Runnings, I'm dressed as one of the Jamaican bobsled team. So yeah, me and one of my other housemates, we decided to go as a pair as the Jamaican bobsled team and get matching outfits to go out at Halloween with. So yeah, that was the story behind it. Obviously Halloween, everyone dresses up different at that time of year, and everyone just has their own interest. The year before that, I actually went as Black Panther, and the year before I think I went as Zorro. So for many, I love dressing up when it comes to Halloween. But yeah, for
Didn't you
that
wear
one,
that
I
again?
decided.
And I seen you in. And I seen you in that.
Have you?
I
I
swear I've
don't know
seen you
about
in
that.
that. It must
Hey,
be
I
just sent
don't
me a
know
picture of
because
it.
well, all I know is it must be the picture because to be honest with you. I haven't even got the outfit anymore. I left it in America actually because basically one time I put the outfit on, went to do the back of the zipper. My housemate's girlfriend, went to do the back of the zipper, and the zip just pinged straight off. So it's just a done deal. After that, it's just a hand me down. You know what I mean? So I just have to leave it behind. But honestly, like awesome. It was pretty good. Obviously, the main problem you've got is when you want to go to the toilet because you've got to like unzip it. You know what I mean? Unzip the whole. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to unzip the whole thing. You know what I mean? So. But obviously, I didn't just go out like that. Obviously, I jacket on and some trainers and that. But yeah, honestly, it was lit. It was so good. So
What a good
yeah.
night.
Oh, it was brilliant. Well, from what I can remember, actually,
Where
drama
was it?
involved.
Whereabouts in America was it?
Oh, New York. This was upstate New York and
All
White
right. Yeah.
Plains. It was like like 45 minutes on the train from Manhattan, so not too far out. So lovely place. If you ever go to America or New York, visit upstate. Really nice.
What are the clubs like in like New York and stuff?
Oh, really good actually. So where I went there,
Yeah.
for example, that was more where I lived. It was more bars. It was a lot more bar areas. So, which was actually pretty good. You know what I mean? So at our age, bars solid. So I loved it. It was really good. But
Yeah.
the clubs in Manhattan, really, really good. Worth going. So yeah, put it on your list, people.
Yeah. Right. You ready for next one?
There we go. What do you got?
All right. Next one is this one. Go for it.
Hey, okay. This one also in America. This is on the west side. So this was at Universal Studios in California. Me and my squad. Camp Tioga represented. We all went to the same summer camp together. Had an awesome time. It was a great year. That was actually arguably my favorite year. Fantastic. So we decided the four of us would go traveling. After that, we did a road trip actually. We started up in LA, where we went to Universal Studios. I think the girls went to Disneyland. We went to Hollywood, saw the sign, all that, all the touristy stuff. Brilliant. Saw all the stars on the floor. Fantastic. And then after that, we did a road trip up to San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. Did Route One down by the coast. So good. That was a long drive, I'm not gonna lie. And then after that, we drove all the way back down, and we ended up in Vegas. I think that was my
That's
23rd
it.
birthday, mate. You've got to, if you're going to West Coast, right, and you're doing a road trip, you've got to go all the way up, whatever, and travel, and you've got to finish in Vegas. It's fantastic. But that was in the Universal Studios, and we had the Harry Potter outfits on. Obviously, I'm the good one, so I'm in Gryffindor, and all the rest just picked themselves. But yeah, it was great being with those guys and Jamie as well.
What the
So
road trip? What was it like? Like, what was it like on the road trip?
yeah, it's fantastic. And because the weather was so nice, it was hot as well. It was very, very nice. Like, we drove right by the coast as well, which was fantastic. So you went all the way
Hmm.
up the coast, all the way up to San Francisco. Don't get me wrong, it's such a long drive, but it's fantastic. You know, you just see the beach and the views everywhere. Honestly, you're going through like Santa Monica, Santa Barbara, places like that, all the way up to San Francisco, where, funnily enough, the one day we would happen to go to the Golden Gate Bridge was the day that it was full on cloudy, and the top of the bridge you couldn't even see because it was cloudy.
I do.
So, but apart from that, it was lit. Like, honestly, it was really good.
What car
Worth
was you
going.
drive? What did you drive? The car
Me?
or?
You must be joking. Nah, I wasn't driving back then. I was the annoying passenger in the back. Do you know what I mean? So we had, what did we have? We had a mini. We rented a minivan. It was like a
Oh, I thought
17
you,
minivan.
I thought you were going to say a mini. I was like,
No,
a mini
could you
Cooper on a
imagine?
road trip.
What with all the luggage, you know, all them suitcases. Nah, it was like a 7-seater minivan, and then we just like, you know, road tripped all the way up there. Oh, it's fantastic, honestly.
Where did you sleep?
Oh, in a hotel. We didn't book a hotel. Yeah, we booked a
All right,
hotel in where did we go now? We booked a hotel. Yeah, we booked one in LA, and then we drove up. So, I forgot where we went. It was Saint something. Well, I forgot where we stayed. Then we ended up in San Fran after that. Oh, that's it, Santa Cruz. We stayed in Santa Cruz for a night, and then the next day we drove up a couple hours to San Francisco, and then we drove to Vegas after that. But that was a long journey, honestly.
yeah.
But it was
Wait,
worth it though.
boring or what was like all the driving stuff boring? Or was it all right?
Well,
Or have a good bit of
that
crack?
weren't too
Or
bad. It's a little bit cramping because it's just like, you know, you sat down for hours and hours and hours. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You can't, you know, you're not really getting out doing much, but you just sat there. And then we got stuck in traffic on the way to Vegas, so we kind of missed the first night out. So that was gutting. But apart from that, mate, Vegas is something else.
what were the hotels like that you stayed in?
Reasonable, you know, they weren't too bad. You know,
That's so terrible.
yeah. The what we stayed in Vegas the first time, awful. It was terrible.
Was
Like
it?
literally, no, it was terrible. Like it was honestly like we could have stayed. We paid an extra $10 each had we found we found out late. We paid an extra $10. We could have stayed in Hooters. No, who the hell wouldn't want to stay in there? It was brilliant. You know what I mean? Could have paid an extra $10 each to stayed in there, but you know, we got told too late. So I got it. But having said that, gambling that year, I did pretty well. Well, I did all right. You
Right.
know?
What did you do?
I think how much did I go in? I think I won. I think I won $50. I think I started with 5. I
What
started
what
with
on?
10.
What were you gambling on?
Blackjack 21.
Blackjack. Yeah.
Yeah, the brave game that. Yeah, and Hooters like that. Me and my friend.
Did
I think
you
my
did you
friend
did you
we
go
won
to
80.
did you go to casinos as well or not?
Yeah, that's what I mean. The casino. Yeah, went to the
Oh
casino
right.
in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah, because yeah, we went down the strip. Everything. Oh, it was lit. It was so good.
Did
Unbelievably
you
hot though.
unbelievably hot? Well, it's a desert.
Oh
Vegas
yeah,
is a
yeah.
desert, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nevada. Yeah. Like Death Valley and all them areas down there. Like, whew, roasting. So,
That's
yeah,
decent.
man. But,
What was I gonna say? I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh, did you go on a night out in Vegas?
oh yes. Oh gosh, yeah. That was so good. Yeah, we
Where
went
did
to
you
the
go?
bars. I don't even know what the bar was called, but it was one of the bars of the strip. But like, it was a weird one because, like, you know what I mean. I feel like a lot of people there were like way older in it. You know what I mean? At the time, like they were like only feeling like their 40s and now whatever. But the one that we went to, you know what I mean? It was like the 40 plus one. I don't know what was going on. Well, obviously it was my birthday, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just more important. I'm just glad I'm just drinking. Oh, this was one thing that was fantastic actually. So what they did, you go to the bar. I think every time there's someone called shots or whatever it is, you would lean back over the bar like this, and somebody would be standing on top, would be standing on the bar bit, and they'd pour like alcohol into your mouth. I remember that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know how I made it home, but it was fantastic. So,
Yeah.
if you want to go
That's good.
Vegas, go for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Right. So that's
what you
your
got?
2 pictures done. Do you want me to do my pictures next?
Go for it, mate. Go for it. Let's see what you got.
Right.
Can't wait to see these, mate.
Right. Where's the first one? Right. This is the first one.
Hey, where was
Absolute
this?
hanking picture. Right. Look at the face. Look at the fat in the face. Terrible.
Look at that, mate. Look at that. You see
Terrible.
the chemistry in the
Yeah.
eyes. You know what I mean? Look at that.
To be fair, I was very, very drunk at that time. But yeah, not the greatest of picture. And then if you can see on the the money is dollars because it was my mate's 21st birthday. So he's they hired like a little casino, and what the money that he won was the J dollars that there were. So I'll tell you the story. Let's stop sharing that, and I'll tell you the story on it. So my mate's 21st birthday. I was living in Manchester. He grew up in Newcastle. So he for his 21st, his mum and dad had a bit of money, and they hired out a Chinese restaurant to have his 21st birthday. So there were three. So a lot of them drove down, but the three of us who couldn't drive. So we said, we'll get the bus. So obviously, me being a Yorkshireman and with a Geordie, we wanted to get steaming before we got there. So we got a bottle of Iron Brew and a bottle of vodka, and we're on the bus and literally just pouring vodka and Iron Brew, and with my other mate as well, who were from Sheffield, and we were absolutely steaming. Like, we got to Leeds from Manchester, and we're absolutely steaming. And the bus broke down in Leeds, so luckily there was a lad. God. Yeah, so luckily there was a lad who was going to the party from Leeds, so he came and picked us up. So we were driving down, had tunes banging in the car. We're just getting more and more vodka in the Iron Brew, like smashing it off, and absolutely steaming. Got to the hotel. And then had a few beers at the hotel, got ready and that, and we all got like suited up and stuff. And then we got to the restaurant. Now the reason we got so drunk is because when we got to the restaurant, we thought it's like a Chinese restaurant, it'd be really expensive, the beer and stuff. Obviously we're students, so we thought we'll get steaming before we don't have to buy any drinks. We got there, and I was like, "Oh, what should we get?" And they said, "Oh, just get a beer or something." So I was like, "Oh, can I have a beer, mate?" Passed me the beer, and I went to get my money out, and the guy walked away, and I was like, "What's he doing? He's not going to take my money." Free bar.
Wow.
Yeah, free bar. We're absolutely steaming. There's free bar. They've got all kind of booze, beer, ciders, vodka, wine, whatever you want. It's a free bar, and we was like, "Oh, I can't believe it's a free bar. And we're steaming. Like we can't drink anymore. Like we're that drunk." Anyway, my mate from Sheffield. He was gone, like absolutely gone, like beyond gone. He hit on Jay, the guy's birthday's mum, hit on his sister. Then we had to take him back to the hotel because he was that drunk, he was falling over everywhere. So he went home. So then we're still drinking, getting more and more drunk. Anyway, they've hired these, and they're bringing around this food as well. The food is unreal, like, and it's all free. Like, just pick it off, and that's absolutely unreal. And they've hired this casino company have come in. So playing blackjack, they're playing poker, playing roulette, like everything like that. I love a gamble. Like, I love a gamble. So I was like, and I'm absolutely steaming at this point as well. I'm like, fancy a bit of this. Like, I fancy a bit of this. So I got 20 quid out, and I go up to the dealer and I go, "Oh mate, buy us in." Give him 20 quid. He gives me a couple of chips. So I'm starting betting, and I'm winning. Like, I'm winning a lot of money here, like a lot of money. And I'm like, I'm on a run. So I claim it back. I've won about, I don't know, like 150 quid or something like that. Like, I've won a lot. Mate. Yeah. So anyway, I go to cash it in. They give me all these dollars, and I have a look. He's got Jay's face on, and I'm steaming at this point. And I'm like, what? What they give me this for? And mate comes up to me and goes, "Yeah, you know, it's a free casino. I'll just give the dealer 20 quid. Dealer's just took my money for no reason."
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, mate. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, couldn't believe it, mate. And then we ended up going to an actual casino, and my mate's dad, he must have had a bit of money in like an account and stuff. So we went into the casino, and straight away, as soon as we got in there, he was like, "Right, get these lads some food." Straight away, there's sandwiches. There's like a massive like buffet they've set us out, like unreal. And we go into the casino. I go in with this Scottish lad, and I've gone by this point. Like, seriously, I've gone. And he's like, "Oh, do you want a drink or anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, just get us a beer or something." Got us a beer, a bottle of Budweiser, 11 quid.
Oh,
11 quid for a bottle, and he just paid for it.
Place, man.
Yeah, he just paid for it as well for me. I was like, "All right, so." And then I ended up getting kicked out because I was too drunk. I think I was just falling over everywhere, and I got kicked out, and then ended back at the hotel, and then came back very hungover the next day. So yeah.
Hold on, did you actually get kicked out because you tried to pay using that the money was just on paper.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Like,
Yeah, I was
he
trying to
was like,
gamble with it.
it's a new currency. New currency.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, yeah. I was trying to get money back for that Budweiser they charged me 11 quid for.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then, yeah, I ended up getting a kebab and then ended up back at the hotel eating kebab. But yeah, that was good to be fair. Right,
I'm not
so
lying. That kind of food, just to say, like when after you're drunk and you've eaten like whatever food you eat in a way tastes 10 times better. Takeaway food tastes 10 times better
oh yeah,
after you've drunk.
kebab and garlic sauce when you're drunk is just
Oof.
different level good.
Oh,
Oh, I need to thing it first. Right,
good
so
job. Yeah,
shares.
story. That's funny.
Right, so the next one I've got is, so this one you might be able to recognise some of us. So this is our football team from the first year. So you can see Shaun there, and then you can see me there. You can see my little gut I've got there as well. It's absolutely shocking. That's from the pizza diet. And yeah, they're all the lads that we played football with the first year. Yeah, it was good though, wasn't it? The first year.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, so the first game we played, I'll just stop sharing. The first game we played, we started halfway through the season, didn't we? So it was a university league, but you like enter your own team, and we started like a quarter of the way through, and so we started late. So Ben, who's the person that organised it for us, he only signed up 8 players for the first game, so we played with 8 players. And against the team was called Helsey, and we lost 11-1. And I think they called the game off for like 60 minutes, didn't they? Because we were just all just like, you just need to end this hell. And I remember, from my point of view, I was dying. I was so hungover because it was Tuesdays at Tiger, and we used to always go, and I was absolutely dying. And he put me at centre back. Like, I'm 5'5", and I like can't run. And he put me at centre back, so they just kept booting the ball over my head, and I just kept chasing this ball. He's like, "Just kill me now!" Like, I'm absolutely dying. And then Shaun, so we scored 1 goal. Obviously, it was 11-1, and Shaun literally scored like an absolute worldie of a goal. Like, he took it round like the whole team. I remember just watching.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hungover at the time, so I might have been hallucinating a little bit. But I remember like you literally just like started dribbling it just around all of them, and then just like tapped it in. And when you scored, it was like winning the World Cup. Like, I was literally going dingy, like, and we were like 9-0 down at that time as well.
Yeah. And then because at the time I don't think I wasn't even playing up front. I think I was playing like left wing or left back. And I think after that goal, you're like, yes, mate. From now on, you're playing up front. I was like, yeah.
I mean, there was only 8 of us. There was only 8 of us, so I could have like played anywhere. To be fair,
could have played anyone up front.
Yeah, and then after that, we started getting some more players, didn't we? And we started getting some decent players. To be fair, we had a good little squad. And then we started in Division 2, and then we went on. We won a few games, didn't we? And then we were going to win the league, but then we played one team. We like hit the post and hit the crossbar like 3 times, and it was mad. And then you had a penalty to win the game 2-1. You had a penalty. You missed it, and it went wide.
Did I?
Yeah, you did, and that cost us. That did cost us. But I think we lost the league by like 2 points. So if we won that game, we probably would have won the league. But then we looked. Yeah. You missed the penalty, and then we played. And used to always take them. Every time we got a penalty, you used to grab the ball.
Did I even score any?
You scored that one. We'll get onto that. You did score 1, but I think you missed 2 and scored 1. But you used to always take them. You just grab the ball. I'm a striker.
Well, no, it's probably because I was the one that got fouled, didn't it?
But yeah, so we drew with them, and then we won. Then we won a few games, and then we played bottom of the league. And so I was like managing the team, and I had this theory of like it was Dave. I had this theory of this mad formation. It was I would like Bielsa just before we'd like heard of him, and I had like this like 3-4-3 type thing formation. And it completely flopped. Like, it was terrible. And I don't think we had a keeper that day as well. So I think that made it worse. But yeah, we lost against bottom of the league, but like never won a game. We lost 2-0. But we were unlucky that game as well because we like hit the crossbar like 4 times, something daft. and then that like cost us the league. And then we to win promotion, we won the last game of the season, and we were like 3-1 up. And I remember like game's dead, and the defender had the ball in the corner flag, and I took it off him, and I passed it into you, and then I went round you, and you were 1-on-1 with the keeper, but I went round you, and it was going to be my first goal of the season. I was like, yes, give it to me, and you shot and put it wide, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe you just done this.
I remember. I do.
And then I sent it to you, and you were like, I'm a striker. I could just score goals from.
I was just like, mate, you're 1-on-1, mate. You've got to put. I was meant to put the ball in the back. Obviously, it didn't happen. I meant to put the ball in the back of the net, put it wide.
And then we got promoted, and then we had we sort of did like a knockout cup competition after, and but the problem was when we did the cup competition, it was on the day of the exams for a lot of our team. So for the first game, we had to play the best team in the league with 8 players, but the games were only like 30 minutes long or something. There weren't full games, were there? But we had to play with 8 players, and we didn't have a keeper or anything. And I remember, and I was just like, so my formation was stick Shaun, because Shaun's cousin, if no one knows, is Aaron Lennon, who's one of the quickest players on the planet, or was one of the quickest players on the planet. And Shaun has that trait as well, so he's literally lightning quick. So I just put Shaun up front and like 7 defenders and Shaun up front, and that was it. And then I said, right, anytime you get the ball, you just boot the ball and just let Shaun run. So they're absolutely battering us. They've hit the post, they've hit the crossbar. Like our keeper's made worldy saves, and we just booted the ball up. And because I've sent everyone forward, there's no one there. Then Shaun goes lightning quick with the ball, gets wiped out by the keeper, and we get a penalty. And then Shaun takes a penalty, scuffs it, but luckily the keeper trips and it goes under his legs. Do you remember?
That was the one penalty I scored, isn't it?
I know, yeah. And then we got our players back, didn't they? And then they equalised, and then yeah, but good times.
In my defence, despite all the misses that I did, I still won the Golden Boot for the whole league.
Yeah, he did.
So you got to give me that.
Yeah, he did. He scored a lot of goals, to be fair. But yeah, it was. We had a good laugh though, that team, though, didn't we? Really good laugh. Like we had some really good friends there. And we used to go out.
Do you remember we had a guy that apparently still hasn't turned up yet? He said he was going to turn up every single day, and to this day, he still never turned up.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll be here next week. I'm pending. He's still pending. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a pending transaction. When's it going through? You don't know. When's he turning up? No idea.
Yeah, we used to go out every Wednesday night after. So we used to have football on Wednesday, and then every Wednesday night we used to go out and just have a right laugh, didn't we? Like we used to just go to like at one of the flats and just drink and just have a right good laugh. And then we used to always go to like that club. What was it called? Baseface, wasn't it? Sound control. Yeah. That was really good. We used to always get drunk there, and then we always used to be absolutely steaming there, but it used to be such a laugh. But yeah, really good times, wasn't it?
Good times.
Right then, so we'll do videos next. So we'll do yours first. Share screen. We'll do yours first. So we'll watch it, and then you can talk for it.
Mm-hmm. A touchdown by Patrick Mahomes. For those that know anything about American football or into American football, this is a guy who, in a way, has helped me get myself into American football as well. Because he's been in the league for about 3 seasons in the American Football League, and the guy, how old is he? 20? I think he's 26 now. 26 years old, and the guy has already won a Super Bowl. That video was Super Bowl 54 from last year, 2020, and he just lit it up. You know, our team was behind. Oh, sorry, he actually scored a touchdown there to put us ahead, but most of that match our team was behind, and then he just turned up when it really mattered. Made the right plays, helped us win the Super Bowl. So I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. If anyone else noticed, but obviously American football is a tough sport to get into, you know. But once you understand the rules, obviously there's tons of rules. You know, you might like it, you might not, and it's such a good social sport to actually watch as well, because especially when I was in America, what a lot of people do, especially on the Sundays, because it's on at like Sundays at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and what a lot of people, we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. And you get chicken wings and beer or alcohol and just sit there and chill and just drink and eat. And you just watch the football on TV. That is a typical Sunday, like American football. So, but for me, obviously, I used to just sit at home in America and we just used to watch it and watch it. So I understood it. And then him just watching this guy, this dude just turn up like that, he just got me into the whole sport. I just love the team and I just support them. So obviously we went to the Super Bowl this year and sucked. But last year we were the champs. So, and this dude was just unreal. One of the best young athletes out there in all sports. So yeah.
I used to love watching Super Bowl, to be fair. Like, we used to watch it at uni and stuff. Like, I used to absolutely love it. Like, we used to have, like, get everyone round and have a few beers, like, get nachos out and get out food out and stuff. And like you say, it's like a proper, like in America, it's like a proper, like, family sport type thing, isn't it? That, like, everybody sits down and watches it, gets, like, a good bit of food and stuff. And, like, yeah, class. All right. We'll go on to mine next.
Also, because, don't forget, it's also because you want to know who's on the halftime show as well, don't you?
Yeah, you know it.
Hey.
Share screen. Right, and then it's my one next.
Throwbacks. Beckham.
I still get goosebumps with that. That is just class. I actually love it. So yeah, obviously a lot of people have seen this anyway, but yeah, fantastic goal. England are just about to qualify as second place because they've sort of messed up against Greece. Beckham, it's the last minute of the game, he has to deliver, and he just scores an absolute world. The keeper just watches it, scores an absolute worldy free kick to send England through to the World Cup. So like my little story with it is that. So when I was a kid, I used to always cry at football. If Leeds lost, if England lost, I used to just sob. If you consider a goal, I'd just cry. And so my mum and dad would never they'd always say go to your room, because then everyone see me just start blubbing watching the game. And so England, and what made it worse is as well. So Leeds obviously were a good team in 2001, and so had a lot of players. So Nigel Martin was the Leeds goalkeeper. He was in goal. Obviously he messed up. They had Danny Mills, Rio Ferdinand, they had Robbie Fowler, a lot of Leeds players in the squad. That made it even worse. But yeah, so England are about to go out. So I'm absolutely blubbing. So Mum sends me up to a room and she says, "Right, go to your room because I'm not watching you cry anymore." So I go into a room. And I remember laying on a bed and she had this TV, and literally the TV was that big. It was absolutely tiny. Yeah. It was tiny, and it with the aerial sticking out from the back. And I remember watching it on this little screen. I was under a covers watching it. I was 8 years old, and and Beckham's taking this free kick, and I just remember just watching him score and just going absolutely dingy, just just in an unbelievable shock just that he's done it. And I just think the whole way that just the crowd erupts, and just the passion there, and you can see the emotion there for him as a guy, and it's I absolutely loved him as a player, growing up and stuff. So to watch him to score that goal, it was just unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's definitely one of my when I watch that, I get goosebumps every time. I just think it's just such an amazing moment, right? And and just all the fans just erupt as well. I just love stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's just wow. It's one of those moments where were you when that happened?
Yeah.
You get those moments where were you when this thing happened? And that for England is a huge one, because that was unbelievable. And we probably could have gone on to win that World Cup, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, well, we said that on the football one, didn't we? Yeah, but that's what I believe. If England had beaten Brazil, they would have won it, because I think that was the best team they've probably ever had.
Best chance, yeah.
Yeah. But you never know. You never know the Euros this year.
You never know, mate. It's Euros, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, that's the picture and video podcast. So let us know what you think. Obviously, something a little bit different that we've done. With this as well, we'd love to get some guests on, just to talk about some picture and videos, and it's just good to have a bit of a laugh and stuff. And just let us know what you think in the comments. And Shaun, do you want to finish?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Check out the Instagram page as well. The Let's Talk with Shaun and Luke, as well as the Facebook page. And yeah, Facebook page as well, same name. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, like Luke said, leave a comment, and feel free to subscribe as well. There'll be more content coming up as well. So yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, like, subscribe, click that notification button. Or by now we've said it enough times, but please do it. And thanks,
Sweet.
guys.